Hey guys, Jay Young here with Young Red Angus. Thank you so much for making this video a part of your day. Here we are harvesting our last field of Milo, and unfortunately, we've been cutting a lot of Kardashian Milo. Kardashian Milo, what is that, a new variety? No, Kardashian Milo is Milo that has a good-looking head, but there's really nothing in it.
You can't say that.
So in today's video, we'll go over the good, the bad, and the ugly of this year's Milo harvest.
And this is what we all feel, let's just not deny it. Something pulls and it tears in the deepest place. This is what we all know. Why must we still fight it? It's time to open our eyes and acknowledge the writing on the wall.
Today's episode is sponsored by Fed and Happy. Go to fedandhappy.com to get their compost or the Red Wiggler composting worms. All right, Milo season 2023. Here in Western Kansas, we plant our Milo. We either do it with a row crop planter or we'll do it with a no-till drill on 7-inch spacing or on 30-inch spacing. And we do that just to get as much of it planted as possible. So I typically run the no-till drill. My dad will drive the planter. And so we get that planted at the end of May, beginning of June. Dad will plant all the corn and then he'll plant the Milo, and I just get started drilling the Milo with the no-till drill. Starting in 2021, we started doing a seed treatment with our Johnson Sioux compost. For those of you who follow the channel, you know I'm big into Johnson Sioux compost. And so we will make a Johnson Sioux extract and we will do a seed treatment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link to the video right here. And you can click now and watch that, or you can wait to the end of the video and that'll be the featured video at the end of it where we talk about Johnson Sioux. But anyway, we get that seed treatment on the Milo to get the biology going within the soil. So when I say biology, I specifically mean the fungus and the bacteria. And so you add the Johnson Sioux compost to stimulate that bacteria and fungus, and that will bring the plant micro and macronutrients that it needs to grow a healthy crop. So when you add that Johnson Sioux, you're allowing yourself to cut back on synthetic nitrogen and synthetic phos, because the plant is able to take up some of the excess phos and nitrogen that you've been over applying, or that we've been over applying. Most farmers over apply throughout the last how many years of agriculture where we've been over applying synthetic fertilizers. A lot of this is in previous videos. I just kind of want to go through what the process is. So we will make an extract. When I'm doing it for Milo, I typically don't measure it. I just get a handful of Johnson Sioux compost. I'll mix Fed and Happy in there. I'll mix some other compost in there. We'll put it in a bucket and we'll mix that around, make a nice slurry, and then we will treat our Milo seed with that. Once the Milo seed has been treated and it dries, I will drill that. That's how it is planted when we're drilling. When we are planting it, I'll treat the seed, but we'll also get 8 gallons an acre in furrow of the compost extract. So to make that, we'll actually use our extraction machine. We'll put the compost in there and we'll make a solution that breaks down to 1 pound for 4 gallons of water. So it ends up being 2 pounds for 8 gallons of water, and we'll get that in furrow. And same thing, it's putting the biology into the soil that we need to grow a healthy crop. I was really excited about Milo harvest all year long. Milo looked beautiful, amazing, thick, awesome Milo all year long. Rarely drought stressed. I don't even ever remember it being drought stressed. I thought it was going to be a home run. It ended up not being a home run. It stopped raining in August. We've been so dry for so long. I think that the crops were going rain to rain, and then when it stopped raining in August, it didn't have enough to fill, and so all of our fall crops have been extremely disappointing, which has been really hard for me, but I've learned some good life lessons through that. Here's my takeaways on our Milos. We've skimmed back to 40 pounds of nitrogen, no phos, for the last 2 years. I still think that's the way to go. to reduce your input costs, because, you know, we've done the test through Regen Ag Labs, and it shows we have excess nitrogen and phosphorus in our soil through their test that we run called the Complete Nutrition Digestion Test. So I hopped in the cab with Dad. We're finishing out cutting this last field. I was really excited about the Milo all year long. We had good rain throughout the year, and I think that kind of shows you how dry it's been, because it seemed like it was raining all the time, and we ended up, we're at 16, a little bit over 16, right, Dad? Like 16 inches?
Yeah.
So anyway, at the farm, we're just over 16 inches, and so it's like you have a year where 16 inches is our average. So we've been in a drought for so long, for so many years. Whenever it rains what it usually rains, like this year, it feels like you're in a monsoon. And so I thought we were gonna have 100 bushel yields because of how good the plants looked the entire growing season. But what really hurt us was, since we were living off of those rains in the summer and we didn't have much moisture in our subsoil, that really negatively affected the corn and the Milo in those final stages. Right now we're cutting one of our better fields of Milo, and the field is kind of all over the board because last year 80 acres of this was wheat and 80 acres of it was Milo, and so the Milo on Milo is not doing as good as the Milo following the wheat stubble. But like right now it's 120, 123 yield on the monitor. So the yield potential was there to raise 100 bushel Milo. We just didn't catch those last couple rains that we needed for the Milo to fill out. You know, we had some 20 bushel Milo, some in the 40s, some in the 60s. Our best one was in the 80s. And then like this field, it may end up averaging 60, which is kind of disappointing like right now, because there's a lot of it that's 100 bushel Milo. It's just so much variance throughout the field, because this is some of our poor ground. To me, it's clear that the potential to raise the 100 bushel Milo, the 100 bushel corn, which in our area is really good. There's only been a handful of years that we've raised 100 bushel Milo. The potential's there. So when we're doing these regenerative agricultural principles like no-till and you know, add in the Johnson-Su biology to reduce our input cost and to continue to raise these higher yielding crops with a limited amount of nitrogen, I think that's an important thing to do to keep your system in a no-till system, to be applying the soil health principles and making sure that you're getting your soil in the best, you know, most healthy position possible, so that, you know, we're not reliant on synthetic fertilizers and we're able to raise healthier crops. We'll talk more about how interseeding cover crops into the coves went in a future video. I don't know that we're going to do coves next year, but we'll definitely interseed cover crops into Milo in the future. But we'll cover that in another video. I've got to get out the video on how our dryland corn went, and then we're going to cut our irrigated corn this next week, so we'll have a video on that. I've got a lot of stuff down the pipeline, so make sure you guys subscribe and stay tuned to the channel so you get all the updates on how things are going in the area of regenerative agriculture in western Kansas. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and for following the channel. Really appreciate you guys. This is Jay Young and Jerry out.